In today's news, President Dr. Mohamed Moise to visit all inhabited islands by August. Fifth edition of AHA Forum scheduled for April 24th. And the government set to launch taxi line by July this year.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to MMTV News in English with me, Mariam Milza Masood. President Dr. Mohamed Moise has announced his intention to visit all inhabited islands of the Maldives by the end of August 2025. He made the remarks during the third episode of the Rayaturna Echo podcast hosted by the President's office, where he responded to public concerns and outlined plans for nationwide outreach. Reflecting on his earlier tenure as mayor of Mali City, the president said that as with his previous role, he is committed to being accessible to the public and will continue to engage directly with communities. He stressed that having been elected by the people, he has no intention of turning away from them. The president stated that his goal is to visit each island at least twice during his term, with the first round of visits expected to be completed within the first 2 years. He said the current schedule is designed to complete visits to all islands before the end of August this year. While there are no visits planned for this month due to scheduling constraints, he confirmed that his island visits will resume in May. The next visit is expected to begin with the inauguration of Muli Airport in Meme Atoll, tentatively scheduled for April 30 or May 1. President Dr. Moise said the tour, beginning with the Muli visit, will continue until all islands have been covered, with the itinerary planned to ensure completion by the end of August. In the fifth session of the AHA Forum, a platform designed to enhance government transparency and public engagement, will take place on Thursday, April 24, 2025 at 9 p.m. The event allows citizens to raise questions directly to government officials and receive responses. This forum will feature 5 key figures from the Cabinet: Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Ihsan, Attorney General Ustaz Ahmad Usham, Minister of Education Dr. Ismail Shafiu, Minister of Diwahi Language, Culture and Heritage Adam Nasir Ibrahim, and Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare Dr. Mariam Maria. The AHA Forum was first launched on January 25, 2024 as part of a broader government effort to make its work more accessible to the public. The second forum took place on February 23, 2024 and the third on February 14, 2025. The public is invited to take part in the upcoming session. Citizens can submit their questions in advance or during the live broadcast in person, through phone calls, SMS or social media platforms. To submit a question via SMS, individuals must send a message to 300 by typing AH, followed by a space and their question. In addition to the AHA Forum, the government has introduced multiple channels to connect with the public. These include the Rayaturna Echo podcast, where President Dr. Mohamed Moise addresses citizen concerns, the Rais Ke Jawab series, which allows citizens to submit video questions to the President, and the Rayatunge Adu portal, which enables direct submissions to the President's office. 3 members of the Parliament have been elected to key positions within the Inter-Parliamentary Union (IPU). They were elected to the posts at the Inter-Parliamentary Union (IPU's) 150th Assembly held from April 5 to 9 in Uzbekistan. According to the Parliament Secretariat Member of Parliament for Hura constituency, Dr. Anara Naim was elected to the Bureau of Women Parliamentarians. Member for Gaddu constituency elected to the Working Group on Science and Technology, and member for Nilandu constituency, Fatimat Sauda, elected to the Standing Committee on Peace and International Security. The 3 members were elected to represent the Asia-Pacific Group in the Inter-Parliamentary Union, which includes the Maldives as a member state. This year's Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly was attended by 6 members of the Parliament, including Speaker Abdurrahim Abdullah. He was accompanied by the Minority Leader and the member of Hitadu South constituency, Ibrahim Nazil, Member of Parliament for Central Mafannu, Asma Rashid, Member of Parliament for Mafan South Abdullah Rifau, and Member of Parliament for Henwer South Hussein Imran Latif, along with Anara Sauda and Muhammad Ali. The Interparliament Union is an organization of national parliaments founded in 1989. The Maldives joined the IPU in 2005. Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Muhammad Amin has stated that the government aims to launch its official taxi line service in early July this year.
Sharing the latest updates on the government's taxi line service on state media, Minister Amin announced they have found a taxi provider to start the service. He added that the ministry is currently working on developing an application for this service and establishing charging stations for taxis. The minister also highlighted that there is a dire need of reform for taxi services by establishing regulations to control the service and the quality of it. The government aims to solve these issues by establishing a standard for this service, highlighting that taxi drivers currently bear high maintenance costs for their rented vehicles, but noted that those who join the government's taxi line will not have to spend on maintenance of the vehicles. He also guaranteed that the establishment of the government's taxi line would not disrupt the existing taxi drivers.
Yine කණම් එම්බේක විමේෂන්
أفتح قهن نصيوركم من نصيورك إنها صوفيا
මීහොම එකෙන් රම්දෝමෝගේ නියල කුරියද්දා ප්‍රොමෝෂන් අදිබුණා
دوست رفيق متي كم بيفارق كاساق بدت إنام تابر فانسا ويساس رفيا فانسا ساس رفيا إبغان إنام هديها باس آس كوفي أولا قولن تري سكدو استهاري كما جينا واقع ندكيل فبراير بيهين أبريل 20
ඉවසන් ෆියා රෝද හදියා මාරංගලු
إنسان فيها روضة هدية بروموشن
Welcome back. Looking into more news, a Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Maldives, Dr. Abdullah Halil, arrived in Antalya, Turkey on Thursday to attend the 4th edition of the Antalya Diplomacy Forum, ADF. The visit is being made at the invitation of Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. The forum is taking place from 11 to 13 April 2025 at the Nest Convention Center under the theme Reclaiming Diplomacy in a Fragmented World. The event brings together global leaders, diplomats, academics, and policy experts to engage in dialogue on international diplomacy, geopolitical challenges, and cooperation. During the forum, Minister Dr. Halil will participate in a panel discussion titled Geostrategic Dynamics in the Asia-Pacific, where regional developments and strategic issues are expected to be explored. He is also scheduled to hold bilateral meetings with foreign ministers and senior officials from other countries on the sidelines of the event to strengthen diplomatic relations and explore opportunities for collaboration. The Antalya Diplomacy Forum, first held in 2021, is an annual high-level platform that brings together over 3,000 participants, including head of state, foreign ministers, representatives of international organizations, and thought leaders. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has advised Maldivian travelers heading to Thailand to complete the Thailand Digital Arrival Card, following a changed introduction by Thai immigration authorities. According to the new requirement, which took effect on April 10, 2024, all travelers must complete the online arrival form within 3 days prior to the start of the journey. The ministry clarified that this procedural update does not affect visa arrangements or travel policies between the Maldives and Thailand. Maldivian passport holders will continue to enjoy 90-day visa-free entry to Thailand. Travelers are therefore advised to submit the Thailand Digital Arrival Card online before departing to the Maldives to ensure smooth entry into Thailand. Addu International Airport Private Limited has initiated plans for court proceedings to acquire land from the Equator Village area to develop Addu Airport. In a statement, AIA clarified that the labor quarters and nearby buildings in the Equator Village belong to the Addu International Airport, and transfer of these properties to another party in 2013 was a violation of the regulations. As part of the Addu Airport project, there are plans to develop a departure road and a parking area on the land within the Equator Village. These developments are intended to be carried out in a manner that will not interrupt the operations of the resort. However, if the land cannot be acquired, it will also hinder the construction of the sewerage and water systems, as well as the installation of electric cables for street lights, which are planned under the airport project. The statement also stated that they first did not lease the property to Kaimu Travels and Hotel Services to run the hotels in the Equator Village. AIA has decided to refer the matter to its board to decide whether legal actions should be pursued. Some government offices have also been vacated from the area to acquire land needed for the project. Earlier, the Minister of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure, Dr. Abdullah Muttalib, stated that if they cannot conclude this issue before the 17th of this month, the departure road construction will be removed from the project. This week, the government advanced key national priorities from expanding essential services and infrastructure to bolstering international cooperation and addressing public concerns.
The Maldives achieved a historic milestone this week, being elected for the first time as a member of the UN Commission on the Status of Women for the 2026-2030 term. President Dr. Mohamed Moise welcomed the achievement, describing it as a great honor and reaffirming the Maldives' commitment to championing women's rights globally. Amid global developments, the Maldives issued a strong condemnation of Israeli airstrikes targeting a Gaza school sheltering displaced civilians and a medical warehouse operated by the Saudi Center for Culture and Heritage. The Minister of Foreign Affairs called for urgent international action to end the violence and ensure humanitarian access. Alongside international engagement, the government continued its efforts to decentralize essential services. The Department of National Registration launched ID card issuance and printing services in Gaf Dal Gaddu, marking the 15th island outside Mali to receive the service. In line with broader efforts to elevate national sports development, Minister of Sports Abdullah Rafiu announced that Liverpool FC will provide technical assistance to support football in the Maldives. Following discussions during his recent visit to the UK, plans were confirmed to establish a Liverpool academy, train local coaches, and station a dedicated Liverpool coach in the country. Meanwhile, efforts to strengthen energy infrastructure continued with the delivery of an 800-kilowatt generator to Lamu Mawa by Fenaka Corporation. Installation is underway and expected to be completed within the week. On the same day, President Dr. Mohamed Moise amended the administrative jurisdiction of Gaf Dal Hondedu, officially removing Kadavarha Island from its authority. Issued under Presidential Decree No. 10/2025, the decision supports the government's goal to promote integrated tourism development in the southern Huadu Atoll. In line with economic diversification efforts, the Maldives launched its first-ever food-grade salt factory in Halif Diddu. Developed by local company M Deep Investment in partnership with a Japanese firm, the facility uses natural solar drying methods and produces multiple salt varieties, including one tailored for salted fish. Quality tests conducted in Japan confirmed high standards, and the company plans to expand with 4 additional factories across the country. The following day, the government announced that 498,000 trees have been planted under the 5 Million Tree Project, a key environmental initiative launched on World Environment Day following President's announcement at COP28. With a target of 5.2 million trees, major contributions from HTC, MPL and Stelco are driving progress. The initiative includes long-term maintenance plans and focuses on protecting 90 endangered tree species found in the Maldives. As part of ongoing efforts to decentralize healthcare services, the Ministry of Health confirmed that dialysis services will begin this month in Tave Mandu and Nono Atoll. The expansion follows a recent launch in Halif Ihavandu and aims to make life-saving care more accessible for patients with chronic kidney conditions across the country. The same day, President established the Maldives Transport Safety Board, a new agency tasked with investigating accidents across land, sea and air. Formed under Article 116 of the Constitution, the board will operate under the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation and will now oversee all future transport-related incident investigations. In line with efforts to enhance urban infrastructure, the Housing Development Corporation inaugurated 2 new lifts at Hia Flat 2, marking the start of a project to install 32 lifts across 16 towers. Designed with accessibility in mind, the lifts include features to assist the visually impaired and accommodate stretchers during emergencies. The week ended with President Dr. Moise addressing concerns for Maldivian students studying abroad regarding the challenges of accessing US dollars at official exchange rates. Speaking during Rayuthun Nagu podcast, he said the Ministry of Finance and Maldives Monetary Authority are actively working to provide more accessible foreign currency options for students.
That's all the news we have for today. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.